again. I'm going to apologize ahead of time for the road noise. Nothing I can do about it. Today I'm going to be working on the kids' go-kart a little bit. They need some stuff done to it. I would rather the kids were here to help me with it so they can learn, but they live 30 some odd miles away and they got all the things that kids have: school, sports, all that kind of stuff, So today I am going to just do a little bit of this myself. I'm going to get rid of the kid's name that's on there now, since neither of my nieces or my nephew is named Riley. We're just going to take that off of there and just do black for now until the kids figure out what they want for paint. We are going to take this steel square tubing here and going to fashion a bumper onto this. Last time the kids rode it, I told my one niece, go ahead and don't be afraid of that throttle, and she was not afraid of the throttle, but she got fixated. Target fixation, pilots like to call it. And she focused on the tree that she was aiming at instead of turning the steering wheel. She thought she was turning the steering wheel, but target fixation gets you every time. And she kind of crashed into the tree and bent some of the steering up a little bit, which was no big deal. She wasn't hurt. Seatbelts, of course, she didn't really hit that hard either. But that was a concern of mine before they started riding it, because there is nothing to protect the steering. As you see here, this is all just out in the wide open, so anything they hit can damage the steering. And it's not super strong. So we're gonna add a little bit of heavy duty steel in here. Thinking probably gonna end up being something like this, since we have to be able to get to the roll bar bolts in case something ever happens to the roll bar, or we want to change it, paint it, do whatever. We still want to be able to take this off. And this still has to be able to protect those front tires. So something along those lines, with maybe a little fancy cut there, little angle, just to get a little something. Make sure that it covers the whole area, even with the wheels turned. Something along those lines, just to kind of help protect it a little bit. Even if they hit something that breaks this off, we can always re-weld it back on, as long as it keeps that steering from getting completely hammered. So I'm going to get started on that. All right. All right, as you can see, got the square tube cut on one end. I got it clamped to the go-kart, approximately where I want it to be. We had to clean up these edges with the grinder a little bit. I know, Lobo, you want to get started. I'm going to take my trusty grease pen here, and I'm going to mark the other side. Lobo will stay down where I want that outer cut to be. Looks about good right there. And I already got the angle of the dangle set up on the chop saw. So all I got to do is pop this puppy back off, whack that, clean everything up with the grinder, and get to welding, which I'm not good at all. So that should be pretty ugly. All right, well, as you can see, got everything ready to get welded here. Got the bumper where I want it. Everything's cleaned up to weld. When I do the sheet metal on the truck, I'm going to use the weld through primer. For those of you that know, guess it's good stuff and it works great. But for this project, I'm not going to sweat it. I'm just going to slop some of that rubber paint that I use for doing the rust repair and bottom coating on my trucks. Just slap some of that on there, or rattle can, I don't know yet. But I'm ready to go. Got my handy dandy auto darkening helmet from Hobo Freight, and what everybody says is a piece of crap. Hobo Freight flux core welder. And yes, I got something on the ground there to keep me from getting completely soaked because the grass is still dewy, which shouldn't be an issue at all with using electricity. You know the thing. So I'm gonna get started here. I've already got the welder set. This is thicker steel. It's mild steel, but it's thicker. So I'm going to use the heavy duty setting on this. And yes, I am using an extension cord. I normally would not use an extension cord. I don't like that unless it's a heavy duty extension cord. If you don't know, I actually spent most of my time earning money in the construction business. And I learned that running things like power saws, things like that, if you run them on long extension cables and they're too small, you will actually burn out the motors. And you'll fry extension cords, you'll pop circuit breakers, it's a mess. And using the high amperage setting on this, I would really prefer it be plugged into the wall or my heavy duty cord that I have, but that's being occupied at the moment. So we're just gonna go with it and hope for the best. So here goes everything. All right, little dog, big dog's moving in. Better get out of the way there, buddy. I got my speed turned up a little bit for thicker metal. I guess that's the way to go. Speed up for thicker metal, speed down for thinner. So let's give her a shot, see what happens. I'm going to start here because there's a gap on this side, so I got the clamp here. I'm going to start on this side, just tack this in, then I'll clamp this side, get that tacked, and then I'll finish it off. So now I'm just going to shut my, I'll use the hammer. Well, boy, oh boy, it sure would help if I was plugged in. That extension cord was plugged in a few minutes ago, but yeah. Oops. All right, here goes everything. I said they'd be terrible. I wasn't lying. It looks like it might hold. Maybe I'm getting a little better at this than I thought. Yeah, probably not. I know laying on the ground and having hot slag fall on my arms isn't fun. You know, that's actually not half bad. Sometimes I surprise myself. We got a level. Yeah, I know you guys are like, it's just a weld. Yeah, well, it's a weld win for me. And nobody said how hard this was going to be with a 60-pound German Shepherd puppy trying to crawl all over you. Ow. What are you woofing at? What are you woofing at? Well, that'll do it for the bottom. I'm not too worried about that. This thing's likely gonna end up getting broke off or tore off at some point anyway. So, move back onto the top here. We don't need that no more. All right, gonna bring you guys in for a closer look. Show you just how terrible my welding skills are. Yeah, I know, it's bad. But hey, I'm trying, man, I'm trying. And it should hold, actually. I think I got pretty good penetration. So we'll clean it up with the grinder and hit it with some kind of paint. Beep, 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 beep. This just in. My brother just happened to text me. The force is strong in our family. He's bringing the kids over. We're gonna take the old go-kart here out into what's called Crex Meadows up here in northern Wisconsin, Burnett County to be exact. And we're gonna let them rip around on the two ruts and the dirt roads up there. It's not, oh, I don't know how legal it is, but we're gonna let them have a little fun. We live in a very rural area where there's not gonna be much for traffic, if any, where we're gonna go. We might just go to a spot that's not where we know we're not gonna encounter any kind of traffic or any issues legally, or that's probably what we are gonna end up doing. But who knows, we may venture a little bit off of some trails or something. We'll see. But on that note, I just decided, since they are coming, I was just going to finish this up as quick as I could so the paint can actually have a chance to dry before they get here and they get out and get the crap out of it. So I just took a rattle can. I did throw a little primer on the bare metal first, just because, I don't know. It is just a crash bar, so it's not anything special. It's not like professionally fabricated. But it'll do the job. So I'm going to drop this down now off the old go-kart stand, and I'm going to proceed to fire this puppy up and take it for a rip myself, just to make sure everything is honky-dory. The brakes on this thing are terrible. I was hoping to actually do that today too. We may end up doing that out on the side of the road yet. We'll see. I have a toolbox full of tools, tow ropes if they launch it out into the swamp, whatever we need. Hopefully we won't need any of that. Clutch is looking terrible. This thing it's old and it's been beat up, but I got it for a good price for the kids, so that's what they're going to use. Alright, I already know the oil's good, I already know the gas is good, so I am just going to fire it up and take it for a rip, and just make sure everything is honky-dory. bones, but it'll do for the kiddos. So there we go. Got the new crash bar on, ready to go rip it up. All right, we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Have a nice day.